Hi guys, Vinod ji, namaskar. Hi Shunipa. So today I have a very interesting guest. You've seen the promos, you have seen the social media posts that we are putting on. And hey Uday, Uday is my friend from Indonesia. Lovely, I love to see these faces. And a lot of people asked me why Harsha. So this is like that classic Mallory being asked why did he climb Mount Everest? Because it's there. So my answer is similar. Why Harsha? Because I'm a huge fan of Harsha, and I think in many ways um, I see his career path pretty similar to mine. Uh, this is not part of his plan to be a one of the world's great commentators, and so music was not my path. I was doing something else. I was in advertising, and so I think it's fascinating. And I've met Harsha on and off over the years, and I find this poet. It's a very strange way of saying looking at his commentary, but I think he's a poet. Uh, uh, but if, for example, this is quite amazing that he the way he's described Sachin Tendulkar's cover drives nobody has. One of them being that when I think in IPL when Ishant Sharma bowls and Tendulkar hits a cover drive, sorry, straight dive, then Harsha says that open the textbook and turn to page 32. Who says this? Who is this guy? You know, and I just love it. It's just the way he emotionally gets it. I think another one which I love is that, and this is what I read that when Sachin hits a straight drive, this is Harsha saying this. When Sachin hits a straight drive, the world seems all the more beautiful. Wow, मजा आ गया. This is like that one beautiful ghazal, and when you एक नुक्ता आता है, एक सुरूर आता है, वो एक नशा है. तो हर्षा का नशा है, and I'm so happy to today invite him. So guys, let's welcome Harsha Bhogle. I hope the technology works. It works. Hi,
How are you, Shantanu? All well?
I am doing well. Lockdown is taking out new skill sets from me.
If you
How
if you
to
can compose tunes going to the Himalayas, maybe you'll come up with a lockdown album.
but Harsha, tell me one thing. First, I always have to ask this to anybody because this is
Hmm?
all on social media. These were your quotes, na, about Tendulkar cover drive and all that. Your, na? Because many
You know,
times, yeah. Tell me. Hmm.
if you have Tendulkar playing in front of you and you cannot find words, then you must find another profession. If he can find a drive and you can't find a word, then you are not suitable enough to be describing his batting.
I agree.
And
I
I'll tell
agree.
you one thing: finding words is a lot easier than cutting Shoaib Akhtar over point for a six in a World Cup game.
I agree.
It's a lot
I
easier.
agree.
It's a lot easier. But I'm going to embarrass you up front.
Huh. You just
I'll tell
started.
you. I'll tell you when I first saw you. When I
Okay.
first saw you,
Okay.
this was in an open air auditorium
Uh-huh.
in Mysore. You
Okay.
are this cool dude. There's a TED conference in Mysore. The only time
Uh,
TED has come to India, right?
correct.
Evening,
Correct.
Swanan Kirkire and
Uh,
Shantanu Moitra having a concert. Music lover in me is saying, forget the dinner, forget the photo, I'm going. And I see you. I don't know if you had your foot on a stool with the guitar.
hmm.
I don't
No,
know if
they
that's. I can't.
Ted did not have a stool that day.
No, this was open air at night.
I know, I
Building
remember, I
for
remember, I
everybody.
remember. Yeah,
Open
yeah,
air
yeah,
at
yeah,
night,
yeah,
whatever.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
And
Lovely
I'm
amphitheater.
thinking,
Yeah. Hmm.
yeah, and I'm thinking, this is so cool, man. You know, I'll tell you, between you and me, not once did I dream of playing cricket for India. Not once. Not in my
Hmm.
childhood, not in when I was playing cricket in Hyderabad. No, never once dreamt. What I did dream of was holding a guitar like you were holding that day and going around the world singing songs that I have written. It is a fantasy for me. And I said, this is not fair, man. I mean, this guy does music. This guy is doing what I wanted to do. Everyone says they want my life. I wanted yours.
So it's half half. I'm playing the guitar. You're traveling the world.
Yeah, there you go. Well, I was. Who knows where we're headed from now
Yeah,
on?
yeah. No, no, no. So, Harsha, I know this is a very uncomfortable seat for you because usually you're in my seat.
Why do you think I've been
But
saying so much so that I don't give you time to ask me? I'm
no,
not
no.
used to people asking me things.
What we'll do is, and the thing about this thing, it started not like
Hmm.
a series. It became. In fact, my first guest was Shreya Ghoshal. Then was Swanand. I know you're never nervous, but I just want to give you information that today's session is being watched by Gulzar Saab. He called up to say that I want to see this. So
मैं now I'll try and speak like him. मैं उनसे फ्लाइट पे मिला करता था
okay.
और जब भी मिलता था
Hmm.
वो अपने बैग में हाथ डालते थे
Hmm.
और एक कैसेट निकालते थे और
Hmm.
मेरे पास उनकी दी हुई 2-3 कैसेट्स हैं जो
Wow.
उन्होंने खुद मुझे दी थी और cricket is such a beautiful thing, man. One day I run into Jagjit Singh, one day I run into Gulzar. Why? Because it's this fellow who's in front of the screen. So, Namaskar,
Not
Salam
just
Alaikum.
not just front of the screen because you speak very well. Okay, we'll come to
Ah,
that. So quickly, Harsha, um, is your childhood in Hyderabad?
throughout. Hardly ever left
So
Hyderabad.
so a quick snapshot. What was childhood like?
Childhood, and I'll tell it to you in my language.
Yeah.
हमारे दिन में 24 नहीं
Hmm.
रहते थे घंटे.
Hmm.
हमारे दिन में 40 घंटे रहते थे. कई
क्या
को बोल
बात
तो टीवी नहीं था,
है?
सोशल मीडिया नहीं था, इंटरनेट
Hmm.
नहीं था, कुछ भी नहीं था.
Hmm.
किताबा
Hmm.
थे घर में, जितने किताबा हैं उतने पूरे पढ़ लिए एक बार. उसके
बिल्कुल.
बाद किताबा वही किताबा कितने बार पढ़ते.
Hmm.
तो दिन में 40 घंटे थे. तो वी कुड ड्रीम, we
Hmm.
could write all kinds of things, we could go
Hmm.
out. I could go out and play with the goats on the campus outside, go and play with the dog outside, go and do whatever, read the same books again. It was gorgeous, man. I come to Mumbai and the day is 12 hours long.
How beautiful. Yeah.
but
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
Hyderabad was beautiful because we grew up on a university campus. Both
Ah.
my parents taught at the university. My mother taught psychology,
Hmm.
my father taught French. So why go for this?
French.
Yeah, my father taught French.
French. Oh
It's
my
an interesting
God.
story. My father was a teacher of chemistry, an
Uh-huh.
MSc in chemistry, taught me
Hmm.
periodic table, taught me kinetic theory of gases, taught me valencies, taught me everything. I still remember them today. And then did an advanced diploma in French, went to France, the equivalent of an MPhil in languages, and came back and set up one of India's first French departments in India. So French. So we had to study.
Wow.
So we had to study French.
But he didn't deserve to be a father. He's too talented.
So
But
Hyderabad was fantastic.
so tell me one thing. So you are this bright kid. Obviously, that otherwise you wouldn't be
Not so
landed up in
bright.
IIM. अरे IIM कैसे पहुंचा तू यार? क्या बोल रहा
I'll
है?
tell you, सबकी जिंदगी में ना एक लॉटरी का टिकट मिलता है. मेरी जिंदगी में दो मिले मुझे. बहुत
अच्छा.
खुशकिस्मत हूं मैं. I got 2 lottery tickets.
Okay.
One was IIM Ahmedabad, because I'll tell you,
Hmm.
Shantanu, I mean, you go there and you realize, as I did,
Hmm.
okay, have I lost my way here? Has someone been kind and said, "Bichara गरीब इसको आने दो"? I am looking at the talent around me, and before I can think of my first line, they have solved the problem. They have come up with a solution. They've done the trial balance. They have done a PERT CPM chart. And I am thinking, ये कहाँ आ गए हम यूं साथ साथ चलते चलते. So it was like that, but it's my temple.
Yeah.
It's my
Yeah.
temple. Yeah.
So you are in IIM. What are you planning about life?
I am. I have no plans in life because I wasn't clever enough to have life sorted out, and in those days, opportunities were limited. I wanted only one thing. I wanted to be in advertising. I'd seen the garden sari ads. I'd seen all those beautiful
Ah.
rediffusion ads. I only ever wanted to work in rediffusion, and
Ah. Interesting.
luckily, our prof was from rediffusion. I badgered the
Hmm.
daylights out of him and asking him
Hmm.
questions. It was, and so I did land a job in rediffusion, and I had 2.5 tense but beautiful years in
Hmm.
rediffusion, and the talent I saw there, man, oh, excellent, great talent.
Did you know that my I'm also from advertising. I told you last time, remember? That client servicing. Can you so it's
Huh? You
amazing
were client
how
servicing.
yeah,
I was client servicing.
yeah, who will take who, wait,
But
there's no
why you
concept
in
of
client
creative.
servicing? But I mean, are you humming tunes at client meetings or what? Are you writing?
So
Are you
this is
writing? Are you writing meetings in rhythm or what?
you have to do certain things in life, Harsha, to realize what not to do in life. And this was one of them. Is that when I was a misfit, Harsha. Like I'm not saying you were a misfit and I am, but I'm just saying you realize that people are so much more accomplished than you are. Similarly, in my case, I realized that this whole job status meeting and remembering all that is not part of my.
But there are other highs. I mean, I've gone for a recording of "Hey There, Halo Girl," and Louis Banks is going tuck 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 1, 2, 3, 4.
Absolutely,
I always wondered why
absolutely.
four. Everyone says 1, 2, 3, run, right? This is 1, 2, 3, 4. There's Pam Crane, I think her name was Pam
Yeah,
Crane.
yeah, yeah. Oh, amazing,
Pam
amazing singer.
Crane is singing, and then Shantanu, the studio filled with the sound of Gary Lawyer's voice.
Ah.
This is one of the perks of
So
being.
it's a very interesting thing you say that. So therefore, thanks for the advertising client servicing, I discovered jingles.
There you
And
go.
I realized that not only you can make music, you get paid for it.
Yeah.
Because I'm from a world which is my parents are all from classical world in classical where money is not never to be seen. So therefore, it was
Almost
when we were
looked down
bringing up.
upon.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
the fact that such a thing happened was great. But you're not going to ask me questions. I'm going to ask you questions. I
I
have to
have so many.
constantly.
I have so many.
What were you listening to when you were growing up?
Okay, I'll tell you, very interesting. Radio
Hmm.
was always on. And my aunt
Okay.
told me, my aunt just turned 83, 84.
Hmm.
She told me that she was known in the little locality they lived in as
Hmm.
someone who was always humming songs when she was going up and down. But the
Okay.
radio was always on. So we were told stories of Naushad. We
Hmm.
were told stories of S.D. Burman.
Hmm.
And we were told that this sounds, looks like a Madan Mohan tune. I started
Who
recognizing a Madan Mohan
who
tune.
told you? Who told you this?
This music is on. So my father saying, "Arey, this must be S.D. Burman." And I'll tell you one other thing. One, there was Manoranjan and there was Jayamala. And at 1 to 2, there was Manchahe Geet or some such program had started. What do you do? So four, five of us, we are sitting together listening to this, and then we realized that O.P. Nayyar ke साथ S.H. बिहारी के होते हैं ज्यादा, मदन मोहन के साथ राजा
Okay.
मेहदी अली खान के होते हैं ज्यादा,
Connections.
नौशाद के साथ शकील बदायूनी के होते हैं ज्यादा, शंकर
क्या बात?
जयकिशन के साथ शैलेंद्र और हसरत जयपुरी के होते हैं ज्यादा. So we started
Wow.
making these connections because we had time. So listen to a lot of music, and then of course at 8 and Binaka Gitmala.
Oh
So
God. Hmm.
if Binaka Geetmala, because Radio Ceylon didn't come, we used to open our house, go into the vast open space outside, and sit and try and get that, like listening to cricket commentary, 17 para,
Ah.
25 para, 31 para, and we assumed we were hearing Amin Saini's voice. My big thing
Voice.
when I came to
How
Mumbai
beautiful.
was
Hmm.
to meet Amin Saini.
So was I.
Yeah.
And that is why I orchestrated a situation with my client where he could be used as a voiceover.
No, you also conned me to have him. I did too. I did too. But this was when I was 18, 17, 18. I've come to Mumbai
Okay.
staying with my cousins. Open
Hmm.
that phone book.
Hmm.
Three people I want to speak to.
Hmm.
Anand
Hmm.
Setalwad, the radio commentator.
Hmm. Correct.
Al-
Hmm.
Alikh Padamsi, because I want to know advertising.
Correct.
In those days, you could open the telephone directory, see the number, and call. So
Unbelievable.
I call up this number, and at the other end, short of saying, "Behno aur bhaiyo,"
Hmm.
that voice came up, and he called me to his studio at Regal, Cecil Court, in
Hmm.
Regal,
Hmm.
and he said, "You can come and sit here as long as you want to learn radio and voices." And I
Really?
went there for 3 days. I went there for 3 days. What a man!
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I
Wow.
learned one important thing there, Shantanu.
Hmm.
If a kid comes to you and he's wide-eyed and eager, be good to him.
Kya baat. Excellent. That wide-eyed and eager has become a little tough in social media these days because of the emojis. But I get it is.
So Kundan Lal
Um,
Sehgal's song used to come on before 8 o'clock, right? Jaga maga diya
correct.
jala used to come.
Correct.
Ek bangala bane nyara used to come on. So, and then, on TV, Pradeep Kumar Binara singing Taj Mahal,
Yeah,
So,
yeah, yeah.
yeah. So, yeah,
So because
music and radio.
you were mentioning, and one of my favorite composers, um, as now that I'm a composer, so one of the people that I love listening was SD Burman on those radios only, because
Yes.
there was no cassettes and all the rest.
Yeah.
वहाँ कौन है तेरा मुसाफिर जाएगा कहाँ दम ले ले घड़ी भर ए छैया आएगा कहाँ वहाँ कौन है तेरा
Beautiful.
beautiful I
Now,
have goosebumps when you mentioned that,
letting you a secret. I've gone to see Aradhana. Great soundtrack. SD Burman
Mhm,
soundtrack. There's Mere
mhm.
Sapno Ki Rani, there's Roop Tera Mastana,
Correct.
there's all those. Which is the
Hmm.
song I remembered the most? Safal Hogi Teri Aradhana, sung by S.D.
Aradhana.
Burman. Safal. No, you are singing, I can't.
No, but the thing
That's all.
is that, see, my andaza was correct, that the way you do commentary, so there is an artist in you. And I am saying this, see, yeah, there is an, and see, artist does not mean art. It means to creatively look at something. Otherwise, going back to my straight drive of Sachin Tendulkar, those words can't come out. In fact, I want to say one more line which I just love. Anil Kumble's first century, which is, you have said that Anil Kumble has scored his first century. This is the moment. This is the most romantic moment in Indian cricket. How beautiful is that?
And you know
How
why?
beautiful is that?
Because he was such a popular player, he'd come close to 100,
Hmm.
and when he got the 100, he got it to a very peculiar shot. Anil Kumble is a great spinner, slightly clumsy in his movement.
Yeah,
He's fallen over, whatever one bat touches
yeah,
ball, it goes to third man
yeah,
for four.
hmm,
Everybody falls over in the dressing room
yeah.
because the camera cuts there, and
Uh-huh.
everybody starts to clap. And in
Hmm,
our commentary box,
hmm,
Ian Chappell was sitting.
hmm,
And Ian Chappell was in touch constantly on messaging with Shane Warne because
hmm.
Shane Warne has 390s, no 100. So as Anil
Oh.
Kumble starts to get to his 100, Ian
Hmm.
Chappell starts to message Shane Warne saying, mate, 70, mate, 80. And Shane Warne says, get the fast bowler on, bounce him out. He says, mate, 90. So run by run, he was messaging Shane Warne that Anil Kumble is getting 100. So, there was a lot of drama in the commentary box as well. So, yeah.
So, just like a movie, I'm going to just go a little back and forth. Harsha, at how did this commentary thing happen?
It happened. I used to play a lot of cricket, but one day my father said, "I think you might have played as much cricket as you're likely to."
Your father said
Though,
that?
though after that, I actually played one level higher. After that, I
Ah.
got picked from a university side, but
Hmm.
he said, "An under 19 test match. Go and tell them that there should be an under 19 commentator."
He said that?
Huh? He sent
He's,
me
he's
in the afternoon, change two buses, go to All India Radio, go and tell them.
unbelievable.
So I went there. These people sitting there when kid turns up there and saying, "Sir, I want to do commentary day after tomorrow's match. I'm under 19. They should be under 19." But you see, what had happened was, I'll tell you what else had happened. My father was one of the senior professors in town, right? He's taught
Hmm.
generations of students.
Hmm.
So wherever
Hmm.
you go, anybody who has studied French in Hyderabad has passed through his portals.
Hmm.
So wherever you go, if you say Bhogle, they'll say, "Acha, Bhogle saab ka bacha." I remember
Ah.
I went for my driving license, Shantanu. I went for my driving license. I'm sitting there in the office. After a while, I went to that man who was the officer there. He
Hmm.
said, और time लगेगा. He said, नहीं, बाइंडिंग के लिए दिया आपका लाइसेंस. So I said, टेस्ट, फिर टेस्ट. He said, इतनी नौबत नहीं आई भोगले साहब के बच्चे को टेस्ट करवाऊं.
So
Hyderabad
Bhogle
was
Sir was
like that.
king. Bhogle Sir was
Because
king of
you were a
Hyderabad.
teacher. No, in those days, teachers were so respected, right?
Yeah, I like
So
it those days.
when you start teaching music, it'll be different.
No, but this is such an amazing story. That man's vision, that you should go for this, and he pushed you. That's fantastic.
Things happen. We don't write our scripts, things happen.
So the thing is that,
When are my
Um,
questions coming?
you ask. Let's do it. Yeah.
I've
I
got
don't want
so
to.
many. I'm such a music nut. I'm a fanboy. So if you say you ask, you'll never get a question again.
Oh, okay. No, no. So you don't ask. What we'll do is, and I
Yeah.
just thought about it while listening to you. We'll do an interesting thing.
Which is that SD Burman song about the Manji? I can't get the words.
मेरे साजन है उस
है उस
पार ये वाला
पार मैं
पार
इस
ये
पार
बन पार ओ मेरे
ओ मेरे
माझी अब की
माझी.
बार
I could listen to that song
ले
rest of my
चल
life.
पार ले चल पार मेरे
मेरे साथ.
साजन है but this is not a question so what what will be interesting Harsha
Yeah.
उसमें हमारे काफी क्वेश्चंस भी निकल जाएंगे वो है how do you prepare and for sake of conversation for a test match.
Yes.
If it was T20 for me, it would have been a jingle. So, for how do you prepare for a test match? And I will tell you how do I prepare for a movie.
Okay.
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 So, you start, then I will keep on go back and forth.
Test match is a lot easier to do because you have time. It does
Correct.
not that something is happening all the time. You have
Mhm.
time to tell a story. In
Correct.
T20, you don't have time to tell a story. In T20, you're
Correct.
only living in the moment.
So I will now.
You're keeping track with the moment,
Hmm,
right? And there's three commentators. Start of the first ball, you start as ads before.
hmm,
That's what gave you and me a salary.
yeah.
As soon as the last ball is bowled, gone. So you don't have
Hmm,
time to explain कि यार उसने ये करने की
hmm,
कोशिश की फिर ये करने की कोशिश की फिर वहां गए नहीं. So you ride the moment and you
hmm.
just stay in tune with the moment. T20, yeah. Test match
So
you
what
don't.
happens? What happens for me in a movie is that I take a lot of time to get into the zone because the movie has a story, there are characters. My let's take a movie like Three Idiots, where
Yes.
there are perspectives. So when the director explains to me the movie, the story, I'm now it takes time to get into it. I'm preparing for it. I understand the character. I've been told the first song is a search by two friends looking for Ranchoda's charger, and I get this idea mountain. Okay, behti hawa sa tha wo, udti
हवा
patang
सा
sa tha wo.
था वो.
So now the thing is that, but the point here is that my style is that I little by little get into the world of that movie. How do you do it for a test match?
For a test match, we get a stats pack. So we know
Okay.
what landmarks are coming up. We know who's likely to play. But
Hmm.
you also think if it's AB de Villiers batting, is there something I can think about while AB de Villiers is batting? So I remember AB de Villiers was
Uh,
playing his 100th test match in Bangalore.
hmm,
And I remember thinking, damn, these RCB fans are going to lay it out for him.
hmm,
I remember saying AB de Villiers could have played this test match in Joburg or Cape Town, but Bangalore's his home test.
hmm. That's
Because
true.
it's 100 stress. RCB love AB de Villiers. So you're thinking
Correct.
of all these connections. What does it mean for
Hmm,
RCB,
hmm,
for AB de Villiers to play 100 test in India, far away from home? So you're trying to think up all the possible things that can come. But also in a test match, you've got time to see how a situation can develop. What
hmm,
happens on the first day is completely different, especially in India, from what happens on the fourth. So you're starting to look
hmm,
for things. When does the ball first turn? I don't
hmm,
understand pitches to save my life. I played all my cricket on matting wickets. Don't understand pitches. But first thing I will do is I'll go out onto the ground. I'll ask the groundsman, "Kya lagta hai tumko?" When the pitch report is
hmm,
happening, Gavaskar is doing a pitch report or Sanjay is doing a pitch report. I'm sitting there and watching. I'm asking the
hmm,
umpires, "What happened on this ground earlier?
hmm.
Have you done a Ranji Trophy
Interesting.
game here? Have you done Ranji Trophy
Hmm,
game here?" Third, fourth day, does the ball start to do much? In India, a lot of times the ball does a bit on the first day, tracks start to go to sleep on second and third day. Often that's when batting is at its
hmm,
best. So you
hmm,
ask them, last
hmm.
Ranji Trophy match, did you stand over here? What happens on this pitch? Because I don't have the knowledge to look at the pitch and know. I can't read it.
Very interesting. Now, see what
So
happens to
yeah.
me. Sir, you complete, then I'll tell
Yeah.
you.
So I have to work harder on trying to see that. Then you start to see what kind of lineups are they going to play for a pitch like this.
Hmm, hmm,
Everyone's looking, when is the ball reversing? So you're searching for things over there
hmm, hmm.
to which act as landmarks. But also you have to have a fund of stories ready because there's time in a in a
Yeah.
test match. You can't tell a
The
story in
interesting
T20.
the interesting thing which I think is common to your methodology and mine is that I don't come from a in India there are no composition schools where they teach you.
Mm.
So pretty much just like you, I am also searching. I'm searching for data the way I understand. Now, this one of the things which I do, Harsha, is that, and this is an important part of this conversation which I want you to fill in. Instinct plays a huge role in my life.
Mm. Mm.
Um, for example, that when I am creating a song, I hear the voices. I know it's a Shan or it's a Sonu Nigam or it's a Shreya Ghoshal or it's a Sunidhi or it's a folk voice. What I can hear the colors. What I want to ask
As
you
you're composing,
as you're composing, as you're
because
composing.
that's one thing I was going to ask you. How do you
Hmm.
know? For example, Behti Hawa Sa Tha Wo Ishan,
Yeah, and
but Pia Bole is Sonu
yeah,
Nigam.
because that's the and that comes from me understanding the story and the script as well as the director. That's the time I'm taking. It's like
Mm.
you taking time to ask the groundsman all kind of questions which are maybe stupid, but it's your database. Once that database is filtered in your head, Harsha, then what seems is instinctive is actually coming from that homework you have done. So I have done my homework by understanding the stories about the characters, this like that. Now, for example, when you said Behti Awaaz Hai To, so "Hmm, Behti Hawa Sa Tha Wo," this is clearly Shan. Okay,
Why?
but before
Why is it Shan? Why is it not
because
Shankar? Why is it not Sonu?
because because the situation, the character, there a happiness in the voice, a happiness in the voice where friends are looking out, yet there's a poignancy.
Mm.
Okay, now these finer things, it's like cooking, Harsha. It's like a little bit this, a little bit that, and somehow our imagery happens. Now, for example, when you are doing a test match or any match, let's say, and I'm sure about this, Harsha, and this is beyond being a commentator, you know, I have a feeling today this guy will do something special.
Mm.
It's an instinct.
Mm.
You personally have put in your bucks on this guy. That I have a feeling he will do something special. Today will be a good 35 runs, or today he'll be bowling amazingly. It does not mean he didn't get wickets, but he will do something special.
Mm.
It's an amazing thing. Neither can you describe. Does it happen to you?
You know, you said something about instinct that's just brought a story into my mind. I asked
Hmm,
Tendulkar once.
hmm,
I said, "You're going out to bat.
hmm,
This crowd screaming. It's a key moment in a game. What are you thinking as you go down the steps and you're going out?" You know what he told me?
hmm.
Blank. He said, "You have to train your mind to be blank because you must play by instinct. If you've
Wow.
got too much in your head, then
Hmm,
your instinct does not take over." He says, "All the data has been fed
hmm,
in the previous day.
hmm.
All the data.
Oh, yeah,
I've done all my
absolutely.
visualizing the previous day. Stain is going to bowl from here." Asa said, "Okay, that ball will swing. Okay, I'm going to be like, okay." I've visualized everything in my head. And then, you know what he told me very early in his career? Matcha
Hmm,
adल्या दिवशी मी काही करत नाही. I don't do
hmm.
anything, no interview, nothing the day before the game. The day before the game is spent in putting in data and relaxing so that when you go out to bat, there's nothing. He told me something very interesting. He said, "You asked me questions for 10 years, I'm going to ask you a question."
Hmm.
He said, "Same bowler bowling same speed to me. He's bowling 140 kilometers an hour back of a length I'm facing. One day I have time to hit him through cover for four. One day I'm late on my
Hmm.
shot. Why?"
Why?
He
Hmm.
said, "When my mind is clear,
Hmm.
I have time. When my mind is cluttered, I'm late."
My God.
Instinct must play.
Wow.
So instinct is such an important in
Yeah.
T20
Important part.
commentary. T20
Hmm.
commentary, it's all instinct. You can't say, "Should I say, open the page, turn to 32?" No, it just comes. You're not planned that line, it just
Hmm.
comes. So I'm very fascinated by what you're telling me about an instinct that this is likely to happen.
Yeah. Because the whole act of composition when I'm creating, uh, you mentioned Parinita. So,
Yeah.
so the composition when I done was da, 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 da. Now, my thing was that my instinct told me not to start straight away with this tune. I wanted to do something before that. And the reason is that the scene is Saif Ali Khan is sitting, he's a young composer, Vidya studying there. He's not such a pro that he'll dive straight into a line. It doesn't
Mm.
work like that. You do fish around. So
Mm.
he starts, you're mine, say you're mine. He's doodling. Da, 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 say you're mine. Now, this is instinct. If I had come straight in the song, nobody would have stopped me. But I'm thinking the place. I'm saying that no, he cannot. He's not a genius. He can't enter like that. This is how I would do, and that became such a magical scene because she completes the sentence by she laughs. Piyu bole, and that became the scene. Harsha, your and my life is about instincts.
No. You create. You create, I narrate. That's the difference. I don't
Uh,
create, I only narrate. You create. So I was going to
you have
ask you about that song because
okay.
I've heard Piyu Bole, Piya Bole. Well, I must have heard it God knows how many times. But there's the other version that's got me mesmerized because they're only humming. And
Yeah.
you have, remember when we met when Shreya was
Hmm.
around?
Oh my God.
You must have
Can can
gone
I
back
can can
home.
can,
Uh,
can I say this to my audience before you say this? This is the
uh,
magical moment. This is Harsha Bhogle, always in control, always confident. He's the man with the when he utters a word and you feel everything. The world is okay. So Shreya has invited few of us to her house for dinner and all that, and Harsha is there. We're sitting. Harsha is having food. He has to go early, and Shreya starts singing just like that. And so I'm a camera. I'm observing Harsha. His mouth is open. His spoon is ready, but the spoon is not connecting with the mouth.
yeah.
He's he's pause mode, and that's when I realized there is a huge music lover in Harsha because he's mesmerized. You remember that day evening?
I am, and I've told her this many times. I actually told her I'm sorry that day I must have behaved like a fanboy, saying, "Will you please sing the song? Will you please sing the song?" I'm like a fanboy sitting in front of Sachin like this, because I'm a fanboy, man. If I had to sit in front of Rafi, I would have been like
That's
this.
true. Absolutely, all of us,
So
all of us.
I was a fanboy there, and
Hmm.
on my way back, I was thinking, "Shit, hope you didn't behave like an idiot over there, man." So you
No,
can
you
tell
didn't.
me if I did. You can
No,
tell
you
me if
didn't,
I
and it was
did, but yeah.
no.
And
But
then
it's
who turns
amazing.
up? That bitch Papon turns up.
Oh, correct, correct.
What a voice!
Yeah,
Unfair.
beautiful, beautiful. Yeah, yeah.
My
That's
voice
but
does not obey me. My voice does not obey me to go from point A to B. Forget, let alone going into the skies.
your singing voice doesn't obey you, but the voice which describes a cover drive does. There's a difference.
But
Okay,
I
there's
wanted
a
to
difference.
ask you this since you're with the tune, since you're Pia Boy, since you're Shreya. I've asked you this before, but we never got down to completing it. You're composing a tune. In your mind, there is a perfect song. And then you go to the singer and say, translate my vision into reality. Right? The singer is only a translator. Right? It's your song. The singer is only translating. And yet you told me, no, the singer takes the song to another height, which is something that I find difficult to imagine because to me, the singer is a translator of your vision.
No, very interesting question, and I will try and give it the answer in a language which you also understand, which is you're a sports commentator, which is actually first and foremost, it's in the head. Nobody can see it. It's a composition in my head. Now, there are singers and there are singers, but when you give a tune, and I'll give you a demonstration. Okay, so you will know. So when you दिल की जो बातें हैं जो दिल की हैं दिल ही में रखना पिया. Okay, This is the line. And I've told that to a singer. I've told that to Shreya and Sonu, both. Why are they who they are? Is that when Shreya picks up the line, she sings it like this. And I'll show you the place where she makes the difference.
Mhm.
So it's simple the way I've said it. दिल की जो बातें हैं बातें जो दिल की हैं दिल ही में रखना पिया. Now I had not told her that. This was not. She has taken my tune to another level by emphasizing that word "rakhna piya." Sonu answers back. It's a simple tune. Tara ta tara ta tara ta ta. What does Sonu does? रखना पिया लब तो ना खोलू मैं खोलू ना लब तो पर. This suddenly from tune he becomes a word. लब तो पर आंखों से. I didn't say आंखों से. I said आंखों से. He said आंखों से सब. Now these small
Mm.
adjustments, what makes the song beyond what I had imagined. Just like there are cover drives, there are straight drives. For centuries they've been hit. Okay, but there must have been a moment of ownership, of taking it beyond that brief, that you could say what you said when you said that uh, how the world looks beautiful when there is a Sachin Tendulkar hitting a cover drive. So my point is that there is a brief. That's the job. But what makes it art is when we go beyond the brief, and all these great songs, great music composers, great. Gulzar Saab is watching this. How many times that song from there's a movie called Yahan,
Yeah, I know.
Harsha.
Shujit's
Yeah.
Shujit's first movie.
Yeah.
I'll also tell you the
So
story. Shujit's first ad film for Pepsi, I was in it.
what are you saying?
Yeah, Shujit's first
What a
ad.
small world.
Yeah, yeah.
So usme there's a song called I had gone to Gulzar Saab with this children's song, which was a brief. Tung tadang ta tung tadang ta tung tadang ta tadadang tung tadang ta tung tadang ta tung tadang ta tadadang. So and what I use dummy words. So Gulzar Saab said कि क्या है तुम्हारे क्या शब्द है, and I'm being a little awkward to him because the words don't mean anything. I did Tordabun, Tordarabun. No, it doesn't mean anything. They're the sounds. Toradadum, Toradadum. क्या गाया तुमने? I'm a little sir. No. Sing. Taradum. He takes the recorder, presses it. Taradum, Toradadum. इसे ठीक है अभी ठीक है जाओ.
Ah,
So, so I go back.
ah.
After 3 days, he calls me कि कुछ सुनाना है. So I enter. Harsha. That is why that beyond the brief, he said that Taradadum, Tarada has given me an idea. He said that in Kashmir, because the movie was in Kashmir,
Yes.
the way one greets the other person is called Urzudurkut, which means आपके घुटने सलामत रहे. Because knees are the most important, precious things in the mountains. So you are wishing the other person कि आपके घुटने सलामत रहे. He has done that research and found out the sound of that word is exactly same to what I had done as a demi word, which became Urzudur, Urzurkut, Urzudur, Urzudurkut. Now that's Gulzar. That he went beyond the brief, got the story from where it is, got a local expression, matched it to my sound, and created the song. So I think, Harsha, what is becoming evidently clear, and many of us are watching this, is that one is to do the way it's told. And God knows how difficult that is, anyways. But I think we are fortunate, Harsha, all of us, who get that opportunity and leeway to do that much extra, a little bit more, because that is when we are owning it, Harsha. What do you say?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm feeling a little limitation here when I'm talking to you because I said I'm the narrator. I'm not the creator. I'm the narrator. So I
Correct.
see something happening in front of me. So it's
Mhm.
almost like you've created the tune, and now you're asking someone to put the word in it. So to
Doesn't
that
happen
extent,
always.
yeah,
Doesn't
we are
happen
word
always. Sometimes
people.
it could be words also first.
So, for
It could be words.
example, I'm on
Mm,
my first trip. I'm 29 years old, never
mm,
been
yeah.
abroad. I'm on my
Mm,
first trip to England. I'm
mm,
writing for an afternoon paper, midday.
mm.
Morning paper, Times of India. Everybody in Mumbai has read Times of India. It's carried the entire story of the
Correct.
day's play because the game ends at 10:30 India
Mm,
time.
mm, mm,
I am writing at the same time as that reporter. I
mm.
don't have any
Okay.
extra time to write. But
Mhm.
I have to assume that he has read the morning paper and yet give him something different at the same time.
Mm.
India won the toss.
Okay.
England batted first,
Mm,
made 653 for 4. But at the end of the
mm.
first day, they're 300 and something for 2. So I said, Azharuddin won the toss. And in the tehzeeb of the land he comes from, said, Ji pehle aap.
Brilliant.
Because I
Brilliant.
have to be something. But why did that line come? Because
Mm.
I've seen Kamlesh Pandey writing lines in advertising.
Ah,
Kamlesh
okay,
Pandey is
okay,
writing a
okay.
line. Kamlesh Pandey has 20, 15 words, sometimes less, to tell you about a
True.
product.
Mm.
That's it.
Absolutely.
That's it.
Absolutely.
The great Arun Kale or Godbole or all these
Mm.
visualizers have that much space to tell a story,
Mm.
and the onus of getting someone to read you
Mm.
lies on you, not on them. You have to entice them. Your opening bars have to get
Uh,
people to want to listen to the tune.
Same in a song.
Yeah.
My first four bars have
Yes.
to have that.
Yeah.
Always as a creator, how it's like a marketplace. See where it's coming from. It's a marketplace. What do I? Where do the folk songs come from? Har mane hari le, mana. Immediately turn around. What is happening?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
my opening clarion call.
Yeah.
And then the product is what I'm going to say. It always starts like that, and it's no different from what you're telling me. It's
Yeah.
amazing.
So I'm
Uh,
that Tendulkar's last Test match.
mm,
Yeah, the producer. I'm sitting with Ian Bishop
mm,
doing commentary. Great commentator. He just
mm,
pulls aside saying, "You know the situation better." Doesn't speak a word.
mm,
Now I'm imagining in my mind the whole stadium is crying,
mm,
right? And I know that Tendulkar is going to cry. I know.
mm,
But as he goes up the steps of the Wankhede Stadium, and he's going
mm,
back into the dressing room, and
mm,
suddenly my mind said, "Shit, I'm not going to see him again." And I said, "What a great habit!
mm.
It was such a great habit." I said,
Mm.
"Sachin, you were a
You
great habit."
ah
I said, "The words are not prepared, but when you're in the situation and you're feeling like a fan, the
mm.
words just come out. You don't stop them."
Much of all the moments that you've experienced on cricket grounds, I think that Tendulkar's the last that goodbye would have been would, right
Yeah.
up there for you.
Privileged, biggest privilege to
Privileged.
be able to have the voice on that moment, but also because I became, contrasting emotions. I'm a fan in that moment. I've joined
Mm,
the rest of the crowd stadium because the
mm,
cameramen are giving great shots. The
mm.
cameramen were
Yeah,
brilliant
yeah,
shots of the emotion
yeah.
of the stadium. So I
Mm,
am one of them now, but I'm coming into your house. So I still have
mm,
to retain my composure. I can't be a fan. So I'm a fan, but I cannot be. And so I was letting, if
mm.
you remember, now I'm talking to you like there's a tiger on my tail. I'm talking very fast. But I was pausing all the
Yeah,
time
yeah.
because I want to let the emotion
Mm,
come through. So these
mm.
contrasting emotions are sometimes challenging because you're a fanboy yourself. You are grieving almost, right? And
Yeah,
but going to someone's
in
house.
when I create a song, sometimes I don't feel like doing anything in certain places. Just the
Mm,
silence take over. I'm a big believer in the silence.
mm,
Pauses.
mm.
Is there other moments when you're doing commentary that something sublime, something, and you decide that maybe I don't need to say anything yet. Do you do that?
Commentary
I know it's
used
difficult.
to no commentary used to be like that, but now we are like a soundtrack because we the excitement rises to a crescendo,
Hmm.
but like the bars, it is the sound that is doing it also. In an ideal situation, was just let the moment breathe. And so the great Richie Beno used to say, let the sound of the game take over. And as it comes down, you say, wasn't that a moment?
Yeah.
You know? That's
Harsha,
going though. That's going. That's going.
yeah, but I just believe that people like you are there. It
Test
will
match?
not lot of things. Yeah, I know that I agree with you. Test match, of course. Harsha, every time I hear your voice, I don't know why I get this feeling, and because I'm a composer, my job is casting. That you were a dude in college or school where you used to charm people. I'm not using the word women. I can understand people with your voice.
Boys school
Yeah.
till 12th standard, 7 days a week in school. Only girls we ever saw were sisters who went to drop off their brothers on their way to their school. 7 days a week in school because school was 5.5 days, Saturday, half day, Sunday cricket match. Anyway, go on.
Mm. So basically, you have this voice I imagine in my head, which is great for poetry. This is my instinct tells me that your voice, because the way you emote instinctively, um, because I'm a composer and this is my show, my house you've entered. Can you recite something which
You know, Gulzar Saab sunte ek chota muh badi baat. That album that you made, Gulzar on Tagore,
translates to go correct? Hmm.
and he explains Tagore, and the words keep drawing you back कि मैं वहां जा रहा हूं लेकिन ये मेरी सीमा है उससे आगे नहीं जा सकता and so throughout the words keeps drawing you back. But you know what I found mesmerizing about that? There are voices, right? I relate to voices.
Hmm. Hmm.
Bachchan is a voice you relate to.
Correct.
Rajkumar was a different voice, not great but okay, but you related
Yeah.
to the
Yeah.
voice.
Hmm. Hmm.
Gulzar Saab is
Hmm.
a voice that you relate to with the accent. I think this is a little Punjabi accent, but you
Hmm.
relate.
Yeah.
You
Hmm.
relate to the voice. Nasir Shah, you relate to the voice. Irfan Khan, in a different way, you relate to the voice. He is narrating, and I'm thinking he's narrating. What's going to happen next? First time I heard the song, and suddenly Shreya starts singing the same words. So I'm
The
hearing
words.
words
Yeah.
spoken and words sung,
Hmm.
and I thought,
Yeah.
wow. So
Yeah.
I've always wanted to be part of it, but music and me are like A intersection B is a null set.
Hmm.
Never the
Yeah.
twain
Yeah.
shall meet, me and music. But once
Hmm.
I had to perform on stage for some reason.
Hmm.
So we worked out. There's a girl in our batch who was one batch junior to us who was a trained singer.
Hmm.
And so we said, okay, how do I, who can't sing a note to save my life, be on stage?
Hmm.
And so we worked out that she will sing because that song goes very high. It requires
I
very
know.
good singer to sing. ये कहाँ आ गए हम यूं ही साथ साथ चलते चलते ये कहाँ. It goes very high. So you need a trained singer to sing that. And then I'm in the wing. I'm not on stage. I'm in the wings and I'm saying ये रात है या तुम्हारी जुल्फें खुली हुई हैं है चांदनी या तुम्हारी नजरों से मेरी रातें धुली हुई हैं ये चांद है या तुम्हारा कंगन सितारा आंचल हवा का झोंका है या तुम्हारे बदन की खुशबू है तलाई ये पत्तियों की है सरसराहट चुपके से कुछ कहा ये सोचता हूं मैं कब से गुमसुम जबकि मुझको भी ये खबर है कि तुम नहीं मगर ये दिल है कि कह रहा है कि एंड देन आई थिंक बदमाश बच्चन साहब का की आवाज है तुम क्यों आवाज कर देन आई सेड यार मोहम्मद रफी के भी गाने गा लेते हैं लोग चलो हमने भी ये कर लिया दैट वाज द ओनली
Beautiful.
टाइम आई बीन ऑन स्टेज
Beautiful. Beautiful. Awesome.
और
Fantastic.
my one day I will when I have enough courage recite मैं पल दो पल का शायर हूँ पल दो
Ah.
पल मेरी कहानी है पल दो पल मेरी हस्ती है पल दो पल मेरी जवानी है and then the line after that because it relates so much to our lives and to mine मुझसे पहले कितने शायर आए और आकर चले गए because people are going to take my job and there is going to be somebody better than me if someone better than me doesn't take my job then we have all failed the next anchor
Correct.
the next voice of cricket has to be better than me otherwise we have failed so मुझसे पहले कितने शायर आए और आकर चले गए कुछ आहें भरकर लौट गए, कुछ नगमे गाकर चले गए, वो
Uh-huh.
भी एक पल का किस्सा थे, मैं भी एक पल का किस्सा हूँ, कल तुमसे जुदा हो जाऊंगा, जो आज तुम्हारा हिस्सा हूँ, मैं पल तो पल का गायक हूँ. One day I'll do it when I have confidence.
Beautiful, 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 beautiful.
I don't have the
Harsha, see,
confidence.
my instinct was correct. I think you have a beautiful voice, emoting voice, and you must do this also. Mane,
And
shock
I
here,
would,
but yeah,
yeah.
because I think what bigger joy for a poet, for somebody to enunciate and articulate line. And this country, so much of literature, Harsha, so much
Yes.
great stuff has been written. So because you have mastered the art of articulation and you understand moments, T20 has trained you to catch moments then and there. Use all that also in this because it really suits you. The way you've recited it is amazing. I think the audience would love it. What it's done.
The other day,
Hmm.
Anita's learned the keyboard. She plays the keyboard quite well, and she
Okay.
said, "Come on, let's see if you can
Hmm.
sing." And there's this
Hmm.
mule app where you have to sing, right?
Yes,
So
yes, yes,
I
yes, yes.
thought of this song, and I'm like this, literally. I can't pick up beats, right? So you
Hmm.
have to
Hmm.
know one moment before that you're going to start
Hmm.
singing. So you have to
Hmm.
recognize that moment. Kidhar, yaar. So I'm waiting. I'm literally like this, I'm feeling at backward point. I'm feeling at backward point, about to move to effect the run out. I'm like this, but the moment's gone. So again,
Smule is
so
Smule is
and
tough.
then
Smule is tough.
and
Hmm.
then you're so concerned with catching the moment. I sang two lines, Shantanu. I haven't sung for 2 weeks after that
Why?
because I was
Depression.
filled with dread and shame. Shame.
दो लाइन गाना क्या था
No,
सुनाना.
shame. I said, yeah, kabhi, my father used to correct papers. And he was very, he said, yeah, poor thing, they've studied so hard, ab kya kare? They actually, so they would give some marks. I said, मैं अपने आप को zero देता.
There's some
When I was,
lovely,
uh,
there were some lovely photographs which I'm going to share with the audience, and you can just take me through it. I love this photograph. What? Where is this?
tell me.
Lords.
It's a very funny thing. I've had bad experiences in Lords. That's the reason I like this picture.
Okay.
Lords used to be, not anymore. Lords
Hmm.
used to be a very pompous, rude,
Hmm.
arrogant cricket ground.
Hmm.
At Lords,
Okay.
they did you a favor that you were allowed to breathe the air and walk there. Saurav Ganguly scored 100 on debut at Lords. The next morning, I have to
Hmm.
do an interview with him. I'm waiting on the boundary rope. He sees me come. I see him coming from there. So I'm going towards him, and the steward says, "Where do you think you're going? You cannot cross the rope." So now Saurav is going. Saurav is going this way. I'm going round this way,
Hmm.
but there's not enough space. So I'm hopping so that my foot doesn't go into the ground, right? Because it's
My
Lords.
God.
I actually wrote a piece saying that maybe they should take cricket away from Lords for 3 years so that Lords realizes cricket is bigger than Lords and Lords not bigger than cricket. Anyway, they realized over the years, a lot of
Hmm.
arrogant, it's now
Hmm.
a lovely place to go to.
Hmm.
That is how I'm sitting there with
Hmm.
Ashish Nehra. He's taken his
Yeah.
shoes off. And I said,
Yeah.
wow, man,
Yeah.
he's taken his shoes off, sitting at Lords. I enjoyed this photograph. And we are sitting and chatting.
There is another one which I really love. It's very peaceful. I know something very beautiful about this photograph. Can you see
To
it?
me, this
Yeah.
is cricket. Yeah, to me, this is cricket. This is what cricket conversation is. Far too often, we are straight jacketed. Tie,
Hmm.
jacket.
Hmm. Hmm.
Hello and welcome to Trent Bridge. This is day 3 of the test match. I'm in a tie, jacket. Uh, Look at this. I'm in Keds. I'm in a t-shirt with an elastic belt. Look at Mike Hussey. Mike Hussey is sitting next to me in shorts. There's a ground behind, and we are sitting and chatting cricket. To me,
Beautiful. This is just
that
peaceful.
is cricket. That
And
is liberating. That is cricket.
in this lockdown, Harsha, you have no idea what this photograph is for me. This is like just magical.
Look
Ah,
at that bench.
yeah,
I
love it.
love that little bench. We are sitting there. It's
Yeah,
almost like there is no
yeah,
camera, there is no recording. Two cricket lovers, and Mike
yeah.
Hussey is a lovely gentleman. Two cricket lovers just talking cricket.
I'm such a huge fan of this man. Tell me about him, Harsha. Tell me about him.
Now,
Oh my God.
what I'm seeing is half the picture. I hope on the whole picture is going out, but I'm seeing half the picture. The other
Okay,
half
okay. Hmm.
is the mighty Viv Richards. The mighty Viv Richards. There it is, right? Look at the swag, man. Pepsi created the word, or whoever copywriter created a word called swag. No, this is swag. And you know what's behind? It's a ground named after Viv. It's a ground named after Viv Richards. And wow, you know,
Wow. Hmm.
many years ago, I did
Hmm.
an interview with Viv Richards. Well,
Hmm.
I did two actually. The first one I
Hmm.
did, look at those arms. This man is 60.
Yes.
He's 60, right?
My
This is
God.
2017. He's 60. Look at those arms. I once did an interview with him. He was wearing a singlet, wearing a banyan. I wore full sleeve shirts for the rest of my life. Look at the shot there. I'm wearing full sleeve shirts because his forearm was
Hmm.
bigger than my shoulder.
My God.
And
My
then I
God.
did this interview with him where he talked
Hmm.
about what it was to be black, what it was to fight for the rights of those people. He said, when I
Wow.
play well, somebody walks 6 inches higher somewhere. He
Hmm.
talked about all the colors. He's a Rasta supporter. He talked about all that.
Hmm.
And at the end, he said, people say Viv Richards can't talk, man. You think Viv Richards can talk?
He
Did he
said
talk
that.
well today? Yeah, did
Oh
he
my
talk well?
God.
He
Wow.
said, I talk well with people I want to talk to, man.
Tell me about this man.
I got along with him from day one. Even though
Hmm.
a lot of people tried to give the impression that we didn't, and I don't know what was in the media there, but he is one of the most disarming people you will meet. He's the
Hmm.
one person
Hmm.
who'll suddenly meet you somewhere and say,
Hmm.
how are your children?
Hmm.
How's your wife? How's everything going?
Wow.
I,
Hmm.
I have seen him one day in a shop. I didn't know he's there. Our hotel is
Hmm.
close by. We were
Hmm.
shopping
Hmm.
in a mall.
Hmm.
And I
Hmm.
say, this sounds like Saurav.
Okay.
Saurav is in a mall in the
Hmm.
girls section, as lost as I would be opening the batting against Dale Steyn. Lost. He has no clue. He's lost, and his daughter is telling him what to buy in that shop. And there is this captain of India, well, former captain, now commentator.
Yeah.
He's going and looking for little things because his daughter is twirling him around
How
on his
sweet.
thumb. She's
How
twirling him
sweet.
like that. Now
How
get this
sweet.
time. But there is a
How sweet.
disarming side to him. There's also a very tough side to him.
Hmm.
And my whole thing, all I will tell people in Bengal and Kolkata who are watching this is you love making Saurav Ganguly a martyr. Saurav Ganguly stands for steel, not for martyrdom.
Hmm.
Bengal likes creating martyrs. I don't know why.
Hmm.
Maybe it's great literature, maybe it's great poetry to tell the
Hmm.
story that way,
Hmm.
but with Saurav, it isn't that way. I was talking the other day to Nasir Hussain,
Hmm.
and he said, 10:30? Nah, he said, Ganguly will turn up at 31. I said, with you as well? He said, Ganguly made you tough because Ganguly didn't care. He knew. You know, the first time he kept Steve Waugh waiting was by accident. He didn't mean to
Oh.
do it.
Okay.
He just got late, stuck with something, and came there.
Something. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So he saw Waugh pissed off, looking at his watch, I just said. And he said, this seems like a good idea.
Acha. It came from there.
So he intentionally started coming late to rile him up.
Harsha.
I have one more question for you still.
Yeah. Please ask.
All is well. Sonu Nigam doesn't sing all is well.
Correct.
How do you get Sonu Nigam to sing all? I was friend. He's changed his number, so I don't have his number. I was friends with him. I've gone to some of
Hmm.
his live concerts. He's a
I'll give
showman.
you. I'll give you his number. Hmm.
But
Hmm.
but that song,
Hmm.
we actually met backstage preparing for an event. I was doing something, he was doing something. We just hit it off.
Hmm.
And you
Hmm.
know how I'm this music fanboy, right? So we started having conversations. But he doesn't sing all is well.
Hmm. Hmm.
How do you get him to sing all is well?
Because again, our
And it's
reference
at a time.
point.
Sorry to interrupt you. It's at a time when he's not singing a lot of songs.
Yeah. Um,
Yeah.
I don't know whether you know this or not. I'm sure you know. Sonu is a brilliant mimic.
Yes,
He
yes.
is an outstanding mimic.
I think he does Udit
And
Narayan better than Udit Narayan.
so, so pretty much when you're working with a Rajkumar Hirani film, Harsha, it's not a thing like you come. It's not T20.
Okay.
Rajkumar Hirani film is a test match.
Okay.
You spend a lot of days, lot of time, even as a singer. Rehearsal one, rehearsal two, story
Oh.
session, understand the characters. Yeah, it's never come to the studio and string straight. It's you gradually get into it, gradually get into it. So I guess the whole ethos of the song was so clear that I don't know whether I've ever told you that the All Is Well concept comes from the British occupied uh, India, especially the hills, or the Jagte Raho,
Hmm.
you know. So basically, the chowkidars used to say in English, "All is well." So basically, idea is that go to sleep, everything is okay.
Yeah.
So even if it is not okay, that sound that he's saying all is well, you automatically doze off. This is the whole idea behind it. So because it was spoken in a particular style, all is well. So Sonu got it like this, and he understood that it is not just a gimmicky thing. It's coming from an ethos, and he was brilliant the way he.
Yeah.
If you understand the concept of scanning of a word, if you pull the word age, it actually goes out of the meter. But how he adjusted it into the grid is why he is
Yeah.
Sonu
You know,
Nigam,
the
which
other,
is
I was listening to Talat Aziz doing something, talking to
uh,
Khayyam. Talat is my
hmm.
school in Hyderabad.
Really.
I know Talat as a fast bowler, not as a ghazal singer. I know him
Talat.
as a
Oh, of
fast
course, of course, of course, of course. I remember. Yeah, 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 yeah.
my school. I know him as a fast bowler,
Yeah.
not
Hmm.
so. You know,
Yeah.
he did something for me once,
Hmm.
incredible.
Hmm.
One of my favorite songs was Zara Si Aahat,
Hmm.
right? Lata Madhava,
Hmm.
great song.
Hmm.
And I don't know where the story spread that I wanted
Hmm.
Shreya to sing that song. I said, it must be great.
Hmm.
I am in Bangladesh in a studio getting ready for a program. And this phone comes from some girl from an FM station saying
Hmm.
that Mr. Talat Aziz wants to speak to you. So I picked up the phone and said, क्या बड़े भाई मैं बांग्लादेश में क्या है? He said, नहीं नहीं सुनो कोई बात करना चाह रहे हैं आपसे.
Okay.
And then this song starts and it's Shreya in the studio singing Zara Si Aahat.
Ah,
I don't know how I did the program after that. And she changed the words that she was singing. So Talat and I go back a long way. So Talat is
oh.
saying, and I don't know what it means as music. He said, "Sur pakadna bhi padta hai, chhodna bhi padta hai."
Hmm. 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 Yeah.
I said, "Okay." I'm trying to
Yeah.
imagine what it could be because for me, I only know the spelling.
No. So just to give you a translation of that is that when you are in a heat of a moment in an interesting part of a match which you're commenting, sometimes because there is a fellow commentator, you cannot take away all the lines.
Yeah, you
Sometimes you have to let
yeah,
it go.
yeah, you
This
do
sense of
very
balance,
often.
this sense of balance is what creates a great work, which is made of teamwork, not just your or mine. I think that is what it is really all about.
Very often
Mm.
you have to let go.
Yeah.
You have to let go. You have to play the sounds of the game.
Mm.
There are many sounds of the game. As a sound person, you'll relate to that.
Beautiful,
The,
beautiful line.
the
Ex-
scratching of the spike while taking guard, scratching of the
mm.
spike. This guy's
Mm.
going tuck, tuck the
Mm.
bat that is taking guard. Is he hitting it too hard? Is he nervous? Is the sound coming talk, talk? It's coming tuck, tuck. And then the sound, Shantanu, the sound as the ball leaves the bat.
Mm.
You and I hit the ball. We're hitting it, got it like talk.
Mm.
VS Lakshman does that. It was chick. It's
My
almost a
God.
gentle, polite sound. You go, tuck, chick, chick. It's like that. We go talk. I told him once. I said, VVS, हमला बैटिंग करे तो talk बोलता, तुम बैटिंग करे तो चिक बोलता. ये क्या इंसाफी है? And he said, no, he explained to me the whole bat speed, the way the bat comes down, the point of contact. He's a science student. The point of contact of where it meets at that point and it goes and it sounds like that. And so one day he's playing T20 cricket, and he's trying to slog. He's trying to
Poor guy.
slog.
Poor guy.
VVS Lakshman is not born to slog. So I'm in commentary. What do I say? VVS Lakshman is looking ugly. VVS Lakshman
Mm.
doesn't look ugly. He's born to look
Yeah.
pretty.
Yeah.
And I said, there goes Lata Mangeshkar going rock and roll again.
You come up with these amazing lines.
Lata Mangeshkar singing rock. Anyway,
Harsha, just tell me one thing that you always this up and about, bright, fantastic, yay, positive. I'm sure there are moments which are like all of us, like I'm constantly have when I do a piece of work. Sometimes it is not received well or something. How do you deal with criticism?
Badly initially.
Hmm.
Badly initially. I
Correct.
used to remember everybody who said something bad about me.
What are you saying?
Initially,
That's
early days.
that's
I'm
that's traumatic.
insecure, right? I'm insecure.
Hmm. Hmm.
Even today, if
Hmm.
there's one weakness that I have,
Hmm.
it is that I'm still insecure. One day Sidhu calls me aside and said, आपसे बात करनी है. I said, क्या है? He said, हनुमान जी को अपनी शक्ति का एहसास नहीं था क्या? He said, why are you insecure? So when I was young, I was very insecure. So I would remember all the bad things that the people say. But
Hmm.
after a while, no, you know whose criticism to be upset by and whose criticism let go.
Hmm. Hmm.
Especially with the arrival of social media, because there are
Hmm.
always people saying all kinds of things.
True.
If someone you respect says something, then you take it seriously.
Hmm.
Otherwise you don't.
So how do you upgrade yourself? I mean, in
I
the
don't know.
sense.
I
Hmm.
don't know. I don't know.
Hmm.
I don't think that much. What I
Hmm.
do know is that I have to be contemporary. Come what may, I have to be contemporary. I cannot go into a recording studio for a 20-second jingle
Hmm.
and pretend I'm Naushad.
Interesting. I get you.
Because by the time he sets it up, I mean, I remember once Saeed Mirza,
Hmm.
great narrator, making an ad film, and he had a young junior assistant director, and
Hmm.
he said, "ये हम sweep ऐसे लेंगे पहला shot." अरविंद अल्बर्ट पिंटो को गुस्सा क्यों आता है टाइप, I'm making this, and he said, "Sir, film खत्म हो गई आपके shot में." So when I'm doing T20, I have to relate. My parallels have to be something that people can understand. So if Pujara is going boom boom boom, and I said, oh, I said Pujara is a classical musician in the era of Yo-Yo Honey Singh.
Hmm. But what you
I
have
have to
done,
know Honey.
and what you have done, which you don't know, and as a composer, I can tell you is that though you're contemporary, though you're playing T20, you have given us a glimpse of Naushad in it, and that is the skill, Harsha. You cannot become a different personality. You have to adapt, become
No,
contemporary, yes, but you have to give me a touch of that khushbu which you're used to, which is your ethos, which is your everything. Because wo khushbu ka nikal gaya, Harsha, then we are with somebody else. And I think
correct.
that is what unknowingly you have done. We're going to wrap this up now
Yeah.
quickly.
I'll
Tell
just
me
tell you one
five.
final point
Sorry.
before we finish, and that's valid for you and me and everybody. Eventually, we all become irrelevant,
Absolutely.
but we have to fight the irrelevance for as long as possible. So
Um,
Naushad comes back and does an album late in life,
mm,
and people say, Uncle, ye kya hai?
yeah.
He's created the great songs of the past.
Mm,
So we all,
mm.
anyway, yeah, you ask him something.
Um, Tell me your go-to albums that which you is there on a mobile phone? You listen. Tell me about the music that you carry. Yeah.
I have about 700 songs on this, 800 songs. And
God.
after you caused me to go online and download music this morning because you told me about Half Ticket.
Mm,
And
Tell
I
me.
downloaded all the songs. How can a man? Okay, my last question before I answer the question. Last question. I promise you, I can't stop talking. Kishore Kumar is singing in both voices in
Unbelievable.
Half Ticket. Now
Oof.
tell me, in those days, it's single track recording.
Of course.
So he cannot say, I'll sing all the deep
No, no,
voices, then
no,
I'll
no.
sing. He has today you can do that, right?
No. Yeah, but
But
not then.
he's singing. So
On
I was trying to
tempo.
see the pause. Yeah, there are hardly
हर्षा
any
तुम
pause.
कैसे हर्षा तुम कैसे हो पर तुम आओगे तो मुझे मैं बोलूंगा it's crazy. This man
Yeah.
is a genius. Kishore Kumar is a genius, and Half Ticket is a proof of the genius of Salil Chaudhary and Kishore Kumar, where they've done something absolutely crazy.
Salil Chaudhary, Anand.
Yes,
Anand, Salil
and
Chaudhary,
many.
and
Madhumati.
Yogesh wrote great songs, passed away
Yes,
yesterday. Yogesh
Yogesh.
wrote
Yes,
great
yes, yes,
songs, yeah.
yes, yes, yes.
Madhumati, yes. Salil
Yeah,
Chaudhary.
yeah, yeah.
There was these niche composers,
Mm,
Jaydev, Vasant
mm.
Desai, Salil Chaudhary. They were beautiful composers.
So tell me about your
Okay,
albums.
some
Mm,
that, if you start to think,
mm.
then you're here for the next 10 days.
Okay.
So I put down things that came top of my head.
Okay.
Guide, Across Eras, Dil Se, Rahman, Bazaar, Khayyam, set in my hometown. So the language my hometown.
Genius.
And Khayyam's wife sings a song in that. Okay.
कौन सा गाना है वो?
Lagan,
कौन सा गाना है वो?
it's a plaintive song. They don't come quickly. I'll come back to me. I'll quickly search. It'll come in a minute. Parinita, one of my favorite albums. Parinita. Three Idiots, because of the range it involved, from Behti Hawa Saath Ho to all these, whatever. Pyasa. See how many SD Burman songs come in this.
Yes.
Pyasa. Tisri Manzil.
Beautiful song.
There were so many. Dil Deke Dekho, Tumsa Nahi Dekha, Brahmachari, Evening in Paris. So many. But to me, Tisri Manzil, Pakiza.
Oh my God.
The वैसे ही हटा ले.
Chal.
Taj Mahal, Roshan.
Ah.
Jab We Met, lovely songs. Jab We Met.
I love the
Dil Chahta Hai.
You're saying the list in a shuffle mode.
Because my songs also play in in shuffle mode. So yeah, some of those. That's
Harsha,
what
you
I'm
have
doing.
any more questions left for me?
Millions, but we've been on for so long.
Yeah.
But what I am doing is, as we are doing, I'm going into search. No, you keep talking. I'm going in search. I'm going into.
So anyway, guys, I think we have spoken for a long time. It's almost 1 hour 45 minutes. But thank you again for coming online today. Harsha was very special. You got it. You got the name.
Karoge yaad to. Karoge. Bhupinder also sings that, and then Karoge yaad. Dikhai diye yun.
A lot of people
beautiful songs.
A lot of people are asking me to ask you to sing 3-4 lines. Can you do that?
No.
Okay. So anyway,
pleasure. Sorry
Harsha,
if I kept it going too long as a fanboy.
Thank you for doing this. Thank you for I think a different side of you. I think we all saw today, which was so much of music in this house, and it's there in you. And how, again, I keep on saying how creative you are when you actually are describing a cover drive. Thank you so much.
One day, if you really want to say thank you, you must call me for a recording of your song.
Done. In fact, I am doing Sujit's next film, and once the lockdown everything is over, you come.
Done.
And thank you so much, Harsha, and all the best. And keep on writing this beautiful poetry that you do while describing cricket. And thank you all of you who have been there. It was excellent session today, and we'll meet soon again. And for everybody, all my friends, everybody who was there, thank you for watching this, and take care and stay safe. Bye.